Coming up, the latest on COVID-19 in eastern Kentucky as several counties remain in the red. And recovery efforts continue in Florida in the aftermath of Hurricane Ian.
Another great fall day out there as our work week kicks off. The latest, though, on when we could see the return of a few showers. That's coming up as First at 4 continues.
Mountain News First at 4 continues.
COVID-19 cases are trending down across Kentucky, but parts of the state are still in the red, including many counties here in the mountains. In other parts of the state, most places are in the green right now. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to health leaders in Rockcastle County, which is in a much different situation than it was 1 year ago.
A year ago, Rockcastle County was in the red as far as COVID-19 cases. Now it's in the green. A year ago, in fact, Rockcastle was in the top 10 of infections. Now things are looking a lot better. Infections are way down. There aren't as many people being admitted to the hospital, and there is also, of course, that new booster that people can take to ward off the variants. There are currently no COVID-19 patients being treated at Rockcastle Regional Hospital. Occasionally, several come into the ER complaining of symptoms, but on a day-to-day basis, few will test positive. Infections are down throughout the county. Health leaders saying they are seeing less than 50 cases a week. It comes as there is a new booster available to help fight off the variants.
We're offering vaccine every week here in our clinics, and the numbers are good as far as the people that are taking that.
I would encourage the booster. Just from working in the hospital setting and seeing the folks that have had significant complications from COVID, they tend to be unvaccinated.
Some health leaders are warning that the flu season could be bad this year, and they are saying that when you go get your flu shot, you can also get that COVID-19 booster shot during the same appointment. In Rockcastle County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Hospital officials in Rockcastle County say none of those recently admitted because of COVID-19 required intensive care. One Eastern Kentucky animal clinic is trying to overcome staffing issues. More than a year ago, we reported on a critical shortage of veterinarians in rural areas. Dr. David Fugit in West Liberty told us his clinic was understaffed and overwhelmed. Now, he says they are in a better place.
We were at the end of a rope when we talked to you. We'd been run over. We'd literally been run over. And, you know, when you get to that place, you kind of, I think everybody's been there before, but, you know, you get to where I don't really know what else to do. I've done everything I can do. What do we do? So we prayed extra.
We'll have more on this story coming up tonight at 11. First Assembly of God in Martin is celebrating a milestone marking 50 years of faith and fellowship in Floyd County. The church has been operating in the city of Martin since 1971, once out of a storefront until its current building was constructed. Now the congregation is looking back on all the memories created there and the struggles they have seen.
It's awesome, you know, to think 5 decades. I've often said it's no ordinary church. Just because of the lives that's changed and the people that's come through here.
Hear more about the concerns the church has overcome coming up tonight at 6. It's officially pumpkin season, from pumpkin rolls for dessert to carving pumpkins for your front porch. They are on high demand this time of year. Local farmer and owner of Sally Gap Farms, Rich Metters, says they prepare all year for the fall season, and they sell thousands of pumpkins each year.
We actually work all year just for this time of year. We raise about 18 acres of pumpkins, and we handle a lot of pumpkins. Any kind that you can think of, from ornamentals to the jack-o'-lanterns like you see here.
Metters says it's important for people to know the best type of pumpkin to use for the specific activity you are doing, from cooking to carving. WYMT's Olivia Calfee will have more from the local farmer and things to know about pumpkins coming up at 6.
And it has been a beautiful few days to head out to the pumpkin patch because we have seen absolutely gorgeous weather the last few days. That continues into today, will continue into tomorrow. but some changes are on the way toward midweek. Outside at the moment, look at those colors. They're really starting to shine out there as we head through the rest of this week, really, and really into next week. You see traffic a little heavy there on the Mountain Parkway. Of course, they're down to one lane where they're doing traffic work there on the Wolf-Powell County line. 69, the current temperature in Slade. Over at Buffalo Mountain in Perry County, just like in Slade, not a cloud to be seen. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures right around 70. That's where many of us are at this hour. A little cooler in the Big Sandy. 65 Pikeville, 64 Clintwood, and 68 into Prestonsburg. Satellite and radar, I promise it's in motion. Just not a lot of motion to be had in the atmosphere. Just all rather quiet out there. Weather-wise today, upper 30s to near 40 tonight. Winds stay calm. Skies stay mostly clear. It's one more kind of chilly night ahead before changes are on the way for midweek. Those details in a few minutes. Steve?
Right, Evan, thank you. It is a problem several police departments are warning you about, and they hope you will think twice before clicking any links sent to you through text or email, or even any you may have seen in Facebook comments. Richmond Police Chief Rodney Richardson says they have noticed various fraudulent links being posted in the comments sections on their Facebook page in the past few days. The comments appear to be links to buy t-shirts or hoodies from the police department, which Richardson says they are not selling. Clicking on these types of links can inadvertently give scammers your personal information.
When we posted for the breast cancer awareness, we put that patch on there, then they started popping up because they made this shirt, and it had our patch with the breast cancer awareness, the special patch we had for this month, and they had a shirt that they were selling. So when I noticed it, that's when we had to start taking them off there as fast as we could.
The Richmond Police Department is not the only ones warning of these types of scams. Back in July, the Magoffin County Sheriff's Department also made a post warning people about texts and emails going around asking you to click on a link to buy shirts as well. Almost 2 weeks after Hurricane Ian made landfall, high water is still an issue, and the task of cleaning up remains a difficult one. More than 25,000 people throughout the state remain powerless. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has more on how folks are coping.
The water has receded in Orla Vista, Florida, and this weekend a wave of volunteers surged in. They came to help residents sort through their waterlogged possessions and begin the process of putting their lives back together.
The hurricane came and destroyed it. This one was one of the worst.
Diane Scott's home is now filled with mold. Crews helped her pick through the debris Ian left behind and salvage what she can. Many residents are still searching for a new place to live.
We're just here trying to provide some assistance to them because we know they've been devastated.
Thousands of people across Florida are still without power, and in some places, floodwaters are still swamping homes. On Friday, Governor Ron DeSantis said it's worse in inland areas where 20 inches of rainfall had nowhere to go.
All this stuff is very high right now, so you got a lot of water that's still standing there. So this is an ongoing thing, and the impacts of this have been very, very broad.
It's overwhelming on a level I can't explain.
As cleanup from Ian continues, experts are concerned about the storm's effects on mental health, too. Research shows PTSD, depression, and substance abuse often rise after a disaster strikes. The state is opening support centers, and the federal government has set up a distress helpline. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Ian has killed more than 100 people, and officials say that death toll could still increase as they search through the debris. Coming up on First at 4, a new survey reports Taco Bell has the fastest drive-through service.
And still getting cool tonight. The latest on fall weather sticking around for now, and a warm-up on the way. That's next.